For a brief moment in history, the United States had a flag that almost nobody remembers. Not the 50-star flag we know today. Not even the 48-star flag that flew for nearly half a century. Instead, there was a mysterious 47-star flag, a version of the American flag that existed for only a short time and is now one of the rarest symbols in U.S. history. But why did America ever have 47 stars on its flag? And why did that moment disappear so quickly from history? To understand that forgotten chapter, we have to travel back more than 100 years, to a time when America was still deciding what its future map would look like. At the start of the 20th century, the United States was still expanding. Railroads crossed deserts, new towns were rising, and the idea of the American frontier still captured the imagination of the nation. But two large territories remained outside the Union: Arizona and New Mexico. For decades, the people living there had pushed to become states. They wanted representation in Congress and the same rights as the rest of the country. Yet many politicians in Washington hesitated. Some believed the territories were too remote, too sparsely populated, or culturally different from the rest of the United States. In particular, New Mexico had deep Spanish and Native American roots, which made some lawmakers uncertain about granting it statehood. Eventually, under President William Howard Taft, Congress finally agreed to move forward. But there was an unusual proposal. Instead of creating two states, lawmakers suggested combining Arizona and New Mexico into one massive state. If that plan had succeeded, the United States would have added only one new star to the flag, the 47th star. However, the people of the territories were given the power to decide. When the vote took place, something dramatic happened. Residents of New Mexico supported the idea, but voters in Arizona strongly rejected it. They feared their voice would be overshadowed by New Mexico's larger population and different political culture. Because of that rejection, the merger collapsed, so Congress changed its plan. First, New Mexico was admitted as a state on January 6, 1912, officially becoming the 47th state of the United States. For a short time, the American flag carried 47 stars. But that moment did not last long. Only 6 weeks later, Arizona joined the Union on February 14, 1912, becoming the 48th state. That means the 47-star flag existed only for a very brief moment in American history. So brief that very few were ever made. Today, surviving 47-star flags are incredibly rare. Quiet reminders of a time when the shape of America's future was still uncertain. A single star, that represents one of the most forgotten moments in U.S. history.